السلام عليكم مسرور. وعليكم السلام حبيبي already said السلام عليكم. All right, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's get some questions in. Let me start recording on school as well. That way I can post it, inshallah. Okay. Bismillah. Yeah, Dakhi, you better have a question. You always have a question. I can hear you, yeah. Right. Good question. So things do quieten down around December, and it's not that it goes down to zero. So this is the key mindset we need to have. It doesn't go down to zero, meaning it's not that nobody will buy. It just decreases by a certain percentage. I don't know what that percentage is, to be honest. I wouldn't lie to you. But it's just the case of during December, you want to have a system where you can just do more volume. And in this case, for you, it might be doing more cold calls. It might be doing more LinkedIn, right? Do like sending more DMs as much as possible. And when you do that, you might book less meetings, but you're still booking meetings. But at the same time, like the way I look at it is that if you learn to fish in like a lake where there's barely any fish, when you finally get to go to the lake where there's loads of fish, you're going to be the person who catches the most, right? Because you've gone through something tough. Like I know this is a bit random to say, but the reason the Mongolians ended up conquering like I don't know, just half of Asia or more than half of Asia is because in their culture it was just a culture of hardship, just like a warrior culture. And so during December, things in the business will slow down, but that doesn't mean they stop. It just means they are slower than they usually would be. And so you have to compensate for them being slow by adding more volume. That's it. And you can even take this outside of December, how you see it, when you're like, oh, damn, things feel slow in the business. Oftentimes, if you just did more, things would speed back up into the business. So hopefully that makes sense, Akhi. Good question as well. Good question. Of course.
I had expectation that after I do so and so many cold calls, I'll become decent enough. So I've done around about 3,000 cold calls. And by now, I have the expectation that I'll be like decent. I'll be at 1-2% booking rate, but I'm still not there. I know the biggest issue is just the email objection, right? But like, I'm struggling with the fact that I think that I should be somewhere, but I'm not there, and I'm not like looking like I'm going to be close to there. Because honestly, my first month of cold calling was by far the best month, like in metric
Okay.
wise.
Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. I'll repeat your question to you, and you tell me if you if what I'm saying is the right thing, basically. So what you're saying is you want, based on the reps that you've done of cold calling, you want to be further ahead than where you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you want to be booking more meetings. Okay, cool. Why do you think you're not where you are? Or sorry, why do you think you are where you want, not where you want to be?
Um, it's going to be like honestly the email objection, and I've tried different ways to actually sort that out. Like I've asked you, Well gave me his way to actually deal with it, but it's still a bit of an issue.
Okay, cool. So your goal is to book more meetings. The problem that you're saying exists is the email objection. I personally think if I were you, I'll tell you two tactics actually. Number one, every single day for 10 minutes, and you have to do this by the way, every single day for 10 minutes, I'll need to visualize yourself overcoming the email objection. I'll need to imagine the prospect giving it to you and you perfectly handling that objection. Handling it as smooth as butter, right? The second thing, once you've visualized it, you want to visualize a certain response, which is the second part I want to tell you, which is you want to understand this. Person is telling you to send them an email because they do not think jumping on a call with you is worth it. That's it, Siyad Akhi. They do not think that jumping on a call with you is worth their time. And so what you have to do is make the call sound as valuable as possible. How do you do that? Well, if you're following my script, they would have told you they have a problem at the start. So if you say, you open to signing more clients, for example, and they say yes, and you go, cool. Like, they send more information via email. You might say, yeah, absolutely, I'm more than happy to send you that information. What would you be looking for exactly? Blah, 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 they'll tell you what we're looking for. Okay, fantastic. Then you might say something along the lines of, I'm more than happy to send you over that information. I was wondering, by the way, James, seeing as you are prioritizing wanting to sign more clients, do you not think it'd be worth to have a 15-minute conversation where I walk you through a couple of the ways that could get you 5 extra clients in the next couple of months? I'm having a mind blank. Would it be worth 15 minutes of a conversation to show you how you can get 5 extra clients in a couple of months? Honestly, I understand that you're kind of adverse to booking this meeting just in case it is a complete waste of time. But I promise you now, in the first 10 minutes, you will know if this is worth continuing or not. And if it isn't, then we can walk our separate ways. And obviously, I won't be mad. And that's it. So the first thing is visualize you overcoming it so that in your nervous system, it becomes incredibly easy and you won't get shocked, you won't get frustrated, you won't get annoyed when you get it because your nervous system will be literally programmed to give the perfect response. And the second thing you want to do is just add value to the call. Make sure they understand that like you sending them an email does not fix their problem. Their problem will exist after you send them an email. So if they want to sign more clients, they have to jump on a call with you.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Okay for this. Thank you.
وإياك حبيبي. All right. Any other questions, Ikhwan? Any follow-up questions maybe to what Syed asked to do with cold calling?
I have a question, but it's not related to cold calling.
That's fine, Muhammad. Tfaddal, Habibi, go ahead.
Okay. So like I've been watching the videos. Is it fine if I like speed run it, like watch everything? Because now yesterday I did 4 hours on school. Today I've done 3 and the day is not yet over. Is it fine? Is it fine doing that?
Well, what's the problem? Like, what's the goal and what's the problem? So your goal is what? To start a business?
Yeah.
And what's the problem that you're currently dealing with?
I'm watching it too late at night.
You're
So,
watching
like,
what, sorry?
The videos I'm watching it until like usually I sleep like by 10. The extra 2 hours I was watching it till like 12 yesterday.
But I don't understand the problem, Echi. That's what I'm saying. Your goal is to start a
Isn't it-
business.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Is it that I'm sleeping too late? Is that bad?
Is that a problem that's stopping you from starting the business?
No.
Then what's your question?
Thank you.
No, it's all good, Habib. Generally, like, what's the question, Muhammad? Because I understand what you're saying is like, is it okay to speedrun? It's like, yeah, there's no issue with speedrunning.
The knowledge doesn't stick. Like, do you think I should maybe take my time, take notes or something? Or it's just fine?
So personally, I don't take notes. I always try and apply what I learn. So if let's say you've watched a video, Echi, and you watch another video afterwards, and then you watch another video after that, and you've watched, let's say, 3 videos, you've learned a bunch of new things, you haven't applied them, and therefore they won't do anything for you, right? And so what I would do is I would watch a video and apply, because remember, you're not watching videos for the sake of watching videos. You're watching videos for the sake of building a business. So if those videos aren't helping you build a business, those videos are just useless. They might be temporarily useless. Maybe there's a video about scaling a business to 100K, and maybe you haven't made even 1K first, but you have to make that first K. Like, the video is still useful, just not useful at the moment. So if I were you, Echi, I would watch a video, apply what you learned from that video. Watch a video, apply what you learned from that video. Because it'd be like a puzzle. You'll be putting pieces together, and therefore you'll be building a business at that point, which is what you want in videos. You want videos that actually help you apply something new rather than just giving you random knowledge.
Thank you.
Of course, Habibi. Let me share the chat. Do you recommend Go High Level? No, I hate Go High Level. Yunus, salam alaikum by the way, Habibi. Me and Yunus hate Go High Level. Yunus in the call. Go High Level is terrible. Like, I'm not a software engineer, but I have a lot of friends that are software engineers. The issue with Go High Level is that nothing is deep. Nothing is deep. Salam alaikum, yes, Habibi, I'll come to you in a second. Nothing is deep in Go High Level, meaning they have a bunch of different features, but none of them are actually that good. Like, they just do the bare minimum job. And personally, if I'm going to have a CRM, I want it to be a good CRM. I want it to be specific CRM. I don't want it to be clunky like Go High Level, for example. If I'm going to be cold calling, Go High Level has a bunch of different issues with cold calling. The numbers you buy from Go High Level aren't very good numbers either a lot of the time. And so Go High Level is just not very good, in my opinion. Can you build a business with Go High Level? Yeah, you can. You can build a business with Go High Level. There's a bunch of different services, automations, and all that stuff you can do with Go High Level. But in my opinion, you're better off if you're, let's say, wanting to scale a business long term, to build your own softwares around your services. So use Go High Level at the start, make a bunch of money with Go High Level, and then build your own thing, or find somebody else who's already built something that's better than Go High Level. Because in my opinion, you cannot sign 100 clients with Go High Level and then be 100% satisfied, because it's genuinely poop. It's not as good as like people who are obsessed with making good software, people who are obsessed with making like good things. And so, yeah, that's the response I have basically. I just don't think Go High Level is very good. I personally don't really use it anymore. I want to keep shifting away from Go High Level, even if I pay extra for other stuff. In my opinion, it's worth having something that's like incredibly valuable to the business, rather than just having something that's a bit clunky, that's a bit difficult to use. So, Khizar, hopefully that answers your question, Akhi. Yunus Habibi, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, akhi. Got a quick question about a US number on Go High Level. Basically, I bought a toll-free number, and from what I'm aware now, that's a business US number. So like, in the UK, it's like 02920 or whatever. That's like a business number. If someone rings you with that number, you instantly think, okay, it's probably a spam caller. So I had one of my cold callers do US cold calling last week with a toll-free number while I was fixing the local number in the US, and his pickup rate was 11%, which is obviously really, really bad. I think it's because the toll-free number is known in the US as a business number.
Yeah.
So people don't pick up. I tried it with one of the brothers in the community as well. I called him. It comes up as a normal number, but I think in the US it's just known as a business number, which is why people aren't picking up. So what do you suggest I do? Should I just not use that anymore?
Yeah, I personally wouldn't use it. A little checklist, Jonas, for you to remember when it comes to pickups is time, number, and then reference. Those are the three things that are going to increase your pickup. Time is at what time you call them. That one's quite obvious. You're going to experiment at what time, because different niches have different times that work. When I used to work with dentists, the time that was the best was just before they close and just when they open. If I called them at midday, that was also not a bad time, actually, just before lunch or just after lunch. But if I called them, let's say at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., they're on the chair. On the chair, meaning they're like actually doing procedures. So it was useless for me to call them at the time. And so timing is the first thing. Second thing is the number itself. If somebody can go, right, this number is a toll-free number. This is an 01225 if you're in Bath, or like 020 if you're in London. Point is, if it's a number that just is going to be somebody you probably don't know, like it's going to be a business of some kind, then you're not going to pick up. Or you're less likely. You are still going to pick up, but you're less likely. So you want to optimize the numbers. You can also optimize the numbers around location. Okay? So location, let's say you're calling somebody in Texas, you have a Texas number. New York, you have a New York number. You know all of this. The third thing is a reference. If somebody recognizes your number, even if it's 3 numbers from the entire thing, if they recognize just 3 numbers, they're more likely to pick up as well. Which is why the more you dial somebody, the more likely they are to pick up, because they're like, this guy called me yesterday, this guy called me the day before, this guy called me 3 days ago. They're more likely to pick up because they have a reference of you. And so those are the 3 biggest things that affect the pickup rate: timing, number itself, and the reference. Make sense?
It does, yeah. I'll probably have to focus on getting the local number first, because I know local numbers work better, because I did US cold calling back in like April, May-ish, and the pickup rate was like 40%, which is really good. So inshallah, I'll be doing that. Second sort of small question is, obviously the week of Christmas and obviously the week of New Year's, I probably shouldn't do any cold calling then, not to burn leads, but a lot of businesses are closed. So do you reckon best time to sort of get back into the flow of things for myself, for the clients, is the 5th of January? I think that's the first Monday back.
Personally, I think so. I think for you as a business, if I look at our call, inshallah, that we have in Pillars of the Ummah next Thursday, I'm going to be diving very, very deep in terms of goal setting, and like just not just how do you set goals, but how do you set goals that actually get achieved? How do you maintain them? How do you stick to goals? How do you break down goals? And how do you how do you shift your identity towards that goal so that it becomes effortless? And inshallah, the 2 weeks that you're talking about here, from like just before Christmas holidays to 5th of January, in my opinion, the best time spent then is going to be studying, and then purely strategic stuff, like proper CEO, high-level business owner activities. That's going to be the goal.
That week, I'm literally going to be spending making the most amazing self-transcendence doc. That's what I'm going to do.
Don't make
I need to do
self-transcendence
that.
doc. I'll show
No.
you what. Yeah, next Monday I've prepared a couple things, inshallah. This is what you're going to be doing instead. Instead of spending 30 minutes a day reading a flipping document, you're going to have something that I call the perfect day. This is the perfect day formula. Then you're going to have a vision board built upon my, I call it the nine sections of life. You're going to build a vision board. And then you're going to have what John Gabb, one of my mentors, calls the winner worksheet. There you go. And as you can see, the winner worksheet is what? Like usually a page, and that's it. And this takes you through one of the things that you asked me yesterday, or was today, about meditation. I'm going to walk you through how you're going to be using these sheets to meditate, and how you're going to be using them to do like what I call, quote unquote, not what I call it, but what scholars call like an Islamic meditation. So everything's going to be built around like a system that you can read in 2 minutes a day. And you can meditate on it however long you want to reprogram your subconscious mind. But in my opinion, when I used to have the self-transcendence sheet, I did it with Charlie's program, then I had it with Sam Ovens' program. Obviously, it's originally from Sam Ovens. I think Sam Ovens got it from somebody else as well. Point is, it used to take me 30 minutes a day to read. That's ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to try and like reprogram your mind, right? It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah,
Inshallah.
those 2 weeks are going to be like proper planning weeks, if you will.
I think you should also do like a section on consistency as well. Like even just having the consistency of like reading it every day, whether obviously it takes like 5 minutes to read in the morning, the short version you have. Some like consistency is one of the most hardest things for people to accomplish. I think I saw a video on Hormozy's, one of his friends had a guarantee where all you had to do was write on a Google Doc every day what you did, and then you get a full refund on whatever you paid them. And no one did it, so no one got a refund, which is crazy to hear. I heard that. So consistency is also a big thing.
No, it's insane. It generally is insane. Another thing I'll tell you very quickly when it comes to consistency is most people aren't consistent because they're stressed. They live in perpetual chaos, perpetual self-doubt. That they're always doubting themselves. They're always just stressed out about something. And so they can't be consistent because they're reacting to events rather than being in control. So one of the reasons people aren't consistent in general in this life is like, I don't know how to tell you, Yuniseki, other than like, if you chill out, a lot of things in life become very easy because you have the time to actually do them with full conviction because you're not doubting yourself. You're not doubting whether they'll work out. And so for me personally, one of the things I'll be talking about, inshallah, that I prepared when it comes to consistency is how the nervous system affects your perception of things and how your nervous system affects your decision making when it comes to the way you perceive certain things. So oftentimes being consistent is just it's a decision, right? It's the same decision being made over a long enough period of time that helps you achieve a certain goal. But the reason a lot of people aren't consistent is because of doubts, it's because of fears, but most importantly, in my opinion, because their nervous system is overloaded, it's stressed. And therefore, when it comes to making that decision, no matter how simple that decision is, the brain feels like it can't do it. And there's a reason for that. The nervous system is overloaded. It's overstimulated, if you will.
Inshallah. Can't wait for Monday, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
الياس أخي المعلم. Your questions.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله تمام. How are you?
الحمد لله. I'm good. الحمد لله.
الحمد لله.
So I have question on my pricing structure. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me give you permission. Let's see. Your pricing structure.
Okay. It seems like a bit complicated, but yeah, okay. So my upfront fee is 500 payable before the start of the engagement.
Perfect.
And 3% per booked appointment. I want to ask you about this. Do you want me like to set a fixed number, let's say 150, or for example, or a percentage is better? What do you think?
So for me personally, when you calculate what the performance fee should be, in my opinion, having it on percentages means that you just make less money if somebody sells something that isn't very expensive, which means you're just shooting yourself in the foot, right? And so you'll completely avoid this by just working with wealthier clients. And that's what you want anyway. You want to work with the rich. As Muhammad loves to say, you make the rich richer, right? Make the rich richer, you yourself will become rich. And Hormozy obviously loves to say as well, work with richer people, they pay better, okay? So if I were you, Ilyas Akhi, I would avoid the 3% just because if somebody does buy from you, and they sell something for $500, you're making what, like $15 per call? $15 per call per booked appointment?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That means all the upfront payment you got is actually going towards making up for what you're losing on getting paid per results. So if I were you, I would have a minimum of $50 per booked appointment. That way, you are also naturally disqualifying.
50%, 15.
No, $50. So $50 per booked appointment.
$50. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, بالضبط. So having $50 per
The
booked
trick-
appointment.
Yeah, the
means
trick
that-
that in my VSL,
Yeah.
I set the requirements of clients would work with me that they should price at least 2,500. That's why I set this percentage, which is I don't know how much. Let's make
So 3% of 2,500 is $75.
Yeah,
if you want to keep it at
75.
3%, keep it at 3%. That's fine. Because
Yeah.
if people, because I don't know that
Currently-
people that were going to be booking with you are going to be a minimum charging a certain amount. And if that's the case, that's good, Habibi.
Yeah, because for now I'm working with someone is charging $6,000, so
Allahumma
it is 180 or 90, let's say. So yeah, the thing is
Amazing.
here in the result-based adjustment, because my clients, like prospects, they make excuse that they will think about it later because it's a bit complicated. I want to simplify it so I don't get that objection anymore.
If you want to simplify without getting the objection, I would remove everything that you've written there because that's confused me. So I would keep the setup fee of $500 and then 3% per booked appointment. That's very simple to understand. And if I were you, I would do the maths for them. I wouldn't actually say, and we charge 3% per booked appointment, because you're asking them what they charge. If they tell you we charge $6,000, then you are going to do the maths beforehand. You go, right, 3% of 6,000 is 180. Okay, cool. So what our pricing is $500 to start off, and then it's $180 per booked appointment.
Oh, okay,
That's it.
okay.
So this is
Because-
easy for you, for it to be clear for you. But when you pitch it, you want to like pitch the smallest amount of stuff possible, which is going to be the upfront fee and the performance fee, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. Because I said that because I promised to our clients to deliver them 10 appointments.
Mm-hmm.
So if they close at least two clients, we will charge all the appointments, even the ones who didn't show up. Did you think this is good, or I should like charge only for qualified? Who shows up also? Only, not.
I would honestly, Habibi, the way you handle the performance, or even the way you handle any of the objections that people give you about the payment being of any calls, you go, awesome. Like, just to be clear, we have a system that will guarantee that at least 60 people show up, and even more once we like continue improving the system. We ask questions before somebody books a call with you, and if somebody isn't qualified, we'll remove them from your calendar completely. So you'll only be getting qualified calls anyway. We reach out to the right people, meaning the people who will book with you in the first place are qualified. So we charge you per booked appointment because every appointment will be qualified, and the likelihood of them showing up is incredibly high. That's it. So I would not make anything complicated with if they close 0 deals, or if nobody shows up, or this, that. You get paid per appointment. Believe me, if you change it to per show, you'll have what my brother has. My brother has one client who's a pain in the butt because he books them 10 appointments a week, right? Only 4 show up, and he only gets paid for those 4. But guess what? He has to pay his setters the money for those other 6 appointments, meaning he's losing money for this client. Why? Because my brother was an idiot enough to say yes to the guy who went, oh, could I pay you per appointment who shows up? Like, no. You say no to that. You don't say yes.
Okay. But how can I ensure that the prospect will show up? Like, what's the recommendation you?
So there's a few sharp systems. There's a few processes. The bare minimum that you want to do to improve the sharp rate, you message 3 days before, 1 day before the meeting, 1 hour before the meeting. This is SMS. On email, you do the same thing. 3 days before the meeting, 1 day before the meeting, 1 hour before the meeting. Right? So those are the two things. SMS and email reminders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the main two things. SMS, email reminders, if you don't already have them. The other thing is if you reached out to them via LinkedIn, for example, after they book a meeting, you continue the conversation with them. You say, John, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday at 10 a.m. I was curious, what's currently your biggest bottleneck when it comes to signing more clients? And then John will tell you whatever John will tell you. And you continue the conversation on LinkedIn. You ask John a little bit more questions. Oh, okay, cool, that makes sense. So I'm just going to prepare something for the call, John. I've got one more question for you very quickly. When you say, let's say he doesn't get enough qualified people. When you say you don't have enough qualified people coming in, do you have a process currently to understand who is and who isn't qualified? No, we don't have that process. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, John. I'll see you on Tuesday at 10 a.m. In the meantime, I might, send you messages with any updates or anything like that before the call, but that's it. So those are the two main things I'd say. Continue the conversation on the platform that you started the conversation on. If you cold call them, you cold call them before they show up to the meeting. Second thing is SMS and email reminders. That's the bare minimum. If you don't already have that, you need to have that.
Okay, what do you recommend? Like a software or like manually, or how is it going to be?
So Calendly does this. Calendly has
Okay,
this
with
stuff.
paid. You mean with the paid Calendly?
Yeah, it's like $15 a month. There is no reason nobody should. Like, if anybody's not paying for Calendly, you either have $0 in your bank account or you're too scared to spend any money. And by not spending money on Calendly, you're literally losing money.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I have a second question on I got this results. I sent 139 to our prospects, and we got 2 booked appointments.
The VSL is the issue.
VSL?
The VSL is the problem in this case, yeah.
Yeah, we changed the VSL and we got the even worse. Like,
so what? How come? What made you change the VSL? What about the VSL wasn't working that made you change it?
Because he didn't make my client didn't made it like how I want it. He didn't in the end of the video he didn't do a call to action. I mean, he didn't call for anything. He just say if you are open, like to be a client, not to have a conversation. Or it was really harsh CTA. So I want him to change it. Second thing, he made a 4-minute video. It was too long. No one gonna watch like 4-minute video. It's
So what changed for November?
Sorry.
So for November, did you change the VSL? Did he make a new VSL for November?
Yes, new VSL with this.
So 46 people saw that VSL. What's the CTA for this VSL? How long is it? And what's the hook for the VSL?
Do you want me to give you a script? Yeah, I say to them like, if you are open, I work with project leaders. I work with my client is a leadership coach, and he wants to work with project leaders. So what we say we will help you grow into the leader you were meant to be without losing your balance. So if you are interested, just send me a thumbs up, and I will send you a short video recorded by. Like I said myself, I position myself as his partner, not as you know. I'm not talking with the.
That's not the issue though. So what we're currently seeing is that the VSL is performing like really, really bad. Really, really bad. The initial message, however, the Trojan horse message, isn't terrible. So what's the Trojan horse message? What's the initial message?
Growing into the leader you are meant to be. This is like without losing your balance.
Okay, so that's the initial message. In the VSL, what do you talk about?
Can I open the video like you watch it?
Sure.
I don't know, but it's with Arabic. Like if you understand, like
Yeah,
clearly
nobody will
Arabic.
understand it. Just tell me what the
Because-
offer is that he's offering in the VSL.
Yeah, he offers he provides three programs for 6 months and 8 months and 12 months.
No, I don't care about what the deliverables are. As in, like, what's the outcome, Ilyas Habibi? That's the offer. What's the outcome he's promising?
The outcome that he will help you like improve your leadership skills and have the balance in your team, and also you will be more influencer, like you will influence in your environment, and also you will let's say promote in your position, like you will be get better or in the next 6 months or 12 whatever.
Okay, there's too many things there, first of all. Second of all, the common mistake that leadership coaches make is thinking that everybody wants to be a better leader. Nobody wants to be a better leader. People just want to make more money if they're an executive, let's say. And so remember my mountain analogy. If somebody wants to get to the top of the mountain, they're a business owner and they're wealthy, the top of the mountain matters about two things, time and money. And so right now, if you say, I help with leadership and I'm gonna bring balance to your life, people are like, where the heck is that in the mountain? Is it the bottom? It's definitely not at the top. So the prospect, which is here, they know what they want. They want this. They don't want leadership coaching. But it has to be leadership coaching, always. Any form of coaching, by the way, has to be positioned in a way that helps you make more money or save you time. So what leadership coaching is supposed to do is help with this, money, right? And so you have to link, his offer has to be something to do with revenue. It has to be, right, something to do, for example, you might say something along the lines of, we work with executives to make them better leaders so they can dominate, let's say, what's the word? Like dominate their time at work. They can increase their revenue. So they can, let's say, hit their quotas, whatever it is, like the outcome itself that links to revenue. And then when you have that in the VSL, somebody goes, right, this is going to get me to the top of the mountain. This is something that I want. I'm now happy. If you just talk about the vehicle, which is what this guy is doing, your client, which is like, yeah, I'm going to help you become a better leader. It's like, cool. It's like saying, I do Facebook ads or I do automations. Like nobody cares about the vehicle. The vehicle is completely irrelevant. What people care about is this. And so if I were you, and we won't do it in this call because it's going to take a very long time, I want you to list all the things, all the problems that your client fixes for people. All the problems that he fixes. And how those problems stop people from making more revenue. Because when you list out the problems and all you talk about in the VSL is how you solve these problems, and these problems are linked to revenue and time, the people will want to book a call with you. And so whenever you do any kind of coaching, it doesn't matter. You could do fitness coaching for flipping heck. You can do fitness coaching. And if you talk to an executive and you don't talk about money, or a business owner, you don't talk about money, they will not care. Genuinely. If you talk to, like, if you're going to, for example, want to work with incredibly wealthy people and you try and pitch a coaching program that's 5 hours long, like you're going to be going to the gym 5 times a week and you're going to be spending 7 hours a week in the gym, they're going to be like, I don't want that. It doesn't matter how much you tell them, how much more energy they'll have, how much this, it doesn't save them time. And so a way to sell fitness coaching, this is just an example, Habibi, a way to sell fitness coaching very easily to business owners is you go, dude, do you want to be more confident? Do you want to get ripped? Right? And do you want to perform at your best so that you can dominate in the business? Yes, I do. Cool, but you don't want to spend 5 hours a week at the gym, do you? No. Well, with my method, you'll be going to the gym only 3 times a week, packing on 10 kilograms of muscle in the next 90 days. And, by the way, that's impossible without steroids, but just as an example. And you're only going to be working out for 45 minutes per workout. They're like, what? 45 minutes 3 times a week? That's 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's barely any time. So, Ilyas, Akhi,
Yeah.
go to the top of the mountain. Always highlight the top of the mountain. Otherwise, they will not buy. They will not even speak to you about anything because they don't care about anything else.
Okay. Yeah. Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. Did that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you.
Right, Habib. Message me on school with your new offer for your client as well, so I can keep giving you little suggestions, inshallah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course, Habib. All right. Let me see the chat. What services do you personally offer? This is what I'm talking about to Muhammad, by the way. I'll say this to Yunus and Syed because they understand exactly what goes on in my business. I'm telling Muhammad, nobody actually knows what the heck we actually do in Pillars of the Ummah. Khizar, we basically, the main thing I like to say, even though Muhammad sometimes disagrees with me, is that in 105 days has been the estimate. If somebody sticks to exactly what me and Muhammad say and they do 4 hours per day of work, we get them to 5K per month in 105 days. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Muhammad Abdul Fattah has questions. Okay, you're starting a fitness business, you're struggling to find good testimonials. What do you mean find good testimonials? You create testimonials. I'm not sure what you mean by find. I'm looking for international clients as they pay better. Any tips? Yeah, don't reach out to people who aren't international. I don't know what the question is. You just don't talk to people in India, for example. If you want to talk to people who are in the United States, just talk to people in the United States. Any suggestions for niching down? I don't know what your niche is, so I don't know I know your goal, which is to niche down, but what's the problem? Are you not niche down enough? What's your niche? That makes sense. Should setup fee be more than monthly retainer?
So,
One
can I
second,
speak?
Mohammed. I'm going to answer this question really quickly. Khizar akhi, it shouldn't be anything. Your setup fee can be $1 million and your monthly retainer can be 50. In my opinion, this is from what I've learned and this is what I applied and what's made me the most money. The setup fee should be 10 times more than the monthly retainer. So if your setup fee is $5,000 per month, $5,000 setup fee, then your monthly should be $500 per month. Psychologically, the reason for that is because somebody's paid $5,000. To pay you $500 per month is nothing to them. They've already invested. So they've already, like sunk cost fallacy, right? They've already invested so much, they're willing to continue investing loads. The way that I look at it is that. All right, Muhammad Habibi, sorry to cut you off, Akhi. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Okay, no problem at all. I just want to say my niche is that I'm targeting CEOs who make about 25 or plus K per month. Okay.
Right.
So is that a good niche or should I niche down or what?
So CEOs don't make 25K per month. That's a business owner salary. CEOs, yeah, so I would talk to business owners, not CEOs. And I'd pick a specific kind of business owner. You might say e-com business owners. You might say online business owners. Do you see what I mean? Like pick a specific kind of business owner and that's it.
Okay, Jazakallah kulli khair.
وإياك حبيبي. Yes, yeah, Dakhi, you charge per booking. Why the heck would you charge per show? Why the heck would you charge per show? You're shooting yourself in the foot then. Unless you have like an incredibly good system for sharp rates, which none of you have developed an amazing one, right? Like, if you want to know, not how much it necessarily costs the business in general, but it costs me and Muhammad a lot to create our sharp system. The reason we haven't made a video on it in Pillars of the Ummah is because it costs around like $500, $600 a month to run. And so we're finding a way to make it more cost efficient for you, but keeping the good results of having like, we have like a 95% sharp rate or something like that. So, inshallah, I'll be talking about that. I saw your hand up, Syed Akhi. Give me 1 second. I'll answer Yunus's question. Yunus, I've got a call with him on Wednesday, inshallah. I was supposed to have a call with him this Wednesday, but because I was in Dubai, the time difference was insane. I did not want to stay up until like 11:30, talk about software for an hour. But he's done amazing updates. It's functioning, and next Wednesday we're going to start having beta testers. So you, my brother, me, I'm going to try and probably beta test it as well. We're probably going to be the first beta testers. Then I'll put it in the community to see if anybody else wants to be a beta tester. All right, Syed Akhi, what's up?
Yeah, so wait. So we charge per just meeting booked, right? So then
Yeah.
what happens if I short rates? So my plan was to charge per show, right? So $200 per show. But then imagine we book, let's say 10 meetings and only 4 people show up. Like the person I'm going to work with is going to be like angry because they're paying for, let's say $1,000 for like a lot less value. So like, how do you deal with this?
Well, first of all, if you do the maths, if they've got 4 people and their closing rate is 25%, let's say, they'll make money regardless. The second thing is that just fix the sharp rate then. Do you know what I mean? Like, the business works in bottlenecks. So if you're like, we're killing it, we're booking these guys loads of meetings, damn, only like half of them are showing up, we need to fix this as soon as possible. Then you spend more of your time, or you spend all of your time, I should say, trying to fix the sharp rate issue, see what it's like. So you, let's say you apply 2 things, see if it improves over the next month. If it improves over the next month, bam, you fix the problem. You see how like this is like, it's a non-issue, if that makes sense, in terms of like the way I'll give it to you in terms of like answering your question more valuably as well is when the sharp rate ends up being lower than you want it to be, the client might be annoyed, but it's not going to cause them to let you go because you're still booking them meetings. And so you make a logical decision as a business owner to go, right, let me just fix the sharp rate issue. Let me apply 2, 3, 4, 5 things over the next month. Let's see how it does at the end of the month. And that's it. You don't change your pricing. You don't change anything. You calm your clients down by telling them, look, completely understand. We're going to try and book you more meetings. We are fixing this as a business. And so by the end of the month, we hope that it will improve. Otherwise, you just tell them, look, focus on the calls we are booking you. Focus on the calls that you're supposed to be taking. We'll handle this. Don't you worry. And because you're shifting from working with broke accountants to wealthier accountants, I promise you now, they're happy to pay 200. Let's just say it's 200 now per booked rather than per show. They're happy to pay 200 for a call with somebody who can potentially turn into, let's say, 1,000 per month. Right? So they won't usually mind that much.
So in my pitch and contract, I say qualified meeting that shows up. I just take off the showed up part off, and then it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can do it based on how much they charge as well, like the 3% that Elias did. You can also do that if you wanted to, or $50 or $100. I'd also structure it based on how much you want to pay your setters personally.
Okay, that makes sense. Exactly. Care for that.
Wayek. 1 second, Yunus. I'll check Ali's question. Wa alaikum salam, Ali. I talk, but my head hurts. Inshallah khair. Allah bless you, Shifa. What was the exact moment where you made the decision that a 9 to 5 wasn't something for you? I was surrounded by women who gave me headaches. I was thinking about the business the entire time. The third thing was, I deeped it for a second. I was like, hold on a flipping second. I worked 60 hours per week for an entire month, and I made £2,200. I was like, if I did 60 hours a week on my business, I would make way more than 2.2k. You see, it's a really dumb thing that people have planted in our heads, that having a job is safer. It's not flipping safer. A business is so simple. It's just nobody is willing to put the hours at the business. Why? Because in the job, they're like, oh, I worked 40 hours a week. Yay, I get my paycheck at the end of the month. Whereas in the business, they think, oh, but my paycheck's not guaranteed. Let me not even try in the first place. Like, your paycheck is guaranteed. It's guaranteed based on what you do and how much time you put in and how much effort you put in and how much you improve in the business. If you put in the time, you're going to make money. It's impossible not to make money with a business. It's impossible. Unless you do nothing. Unless you do nothing. And so to answer your question, Masroor, there is no best way to start. Just flipping start. Generally, there is no best way to start. Like, what did you expect me to tell you as a response? Did you expect me to go, Masroor Akhi, step 1, I want you to do this. Step 2, I want you to do this. Step 3, I want you to do this. If you haven't started, just start. Do what I tell you to do in the classroom. Do what you know you need to do. That's it. That's it. All right, Yunus Habibi, what were you going to say, Akhi?
It was less so a question, just more so asking your perspective on it. One of the biggest issues I have right now, because a lot of my book appointments with my clients are coming from cold calling. One of the biggest issues I'm facing is qualifications, of lead qualification.
Right.
And for example, I say one of the clients I'm working with now, I'm constantly bugging him, saying like, let's like fix this. Let's like go through the qualification process. Like, what do you want to see the client, so the prospect answer before they jump on a call with you? Like, what information do you need, etc. And he's pushing it back. Like, he's just saying he's busy. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. If he's busy, he's busy. At least I tried. But obviously, I do want to provide as much value as possible for my clients to get the best testimonials and just the best experience for them. So obviously, I know what to do. Is obviously maybe do my own research, etc., and just like bring them better leads. But what would you say? Are there any like other tips you can give me from your perspective? Maybe you've faced this issue before.
Yes. The one thing I would do, Habibi, is before they have the call. So let's say somebody books in. I'm just going to say you book someone in. Today's Friday. You could book somebody in for Monday. Monday morning, let's say 2 hours, 3 hours before the call, you have the call that you do to make sure that they show up in the first place. But in that call, you also do what I call, it's called a triage call. It's not what I call it, but it's called a triage call in sales. And what you're doing in that call is you're basically as possible, John. I've just got a couple questions here. Are you okay if I start asking you now? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, cool. So my first question, John, is how much revenue are you currently making with the business? Oh, we're making around 5K per month. Okay, cool. And have you ever used, I'm going to go with an example for you, maybe it'll be like, have you ever used QuickBooks or this software before? Yeah, actually, we're on QuickBooks right now. Okay, fantastic. And one last question, John. If we had the capacity to help you reduce your, let's say, tax rate by 15%, would this be something worth for you to pursue and go into deeper? Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, 100%. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, John. We'll see you in 3 hours. You're going to be talking to Yunus. He's an absolute G. He's going to help you just completely smash HMRC out your way. And yeah, look forward to speaking to you then. Is it lagging? No. Let me do this. Is this better, Ikhwan? Is it still lagging? All right, alhamdulillah. Do you want me to repeat what I said? Just the last bit? All right, I'll repeat the whole thing. So basically, Yunus Akhi, in the 3 hours before the call, preferably 3 hours before the call, even the day before, you're going to ask 3 questions that are going to qualify them. One of them might be the revenue they make. The second one might be something to do with the softwares they use. And the third one might be their interest in actually solving the problem. Okay? Those are the 3 questions you're going to be asking. And the fourth thing you'll do is if they're qualified, you're going to hype up the person they're jumping on a call with. If they're unqualified, you're going to cancel the call and you're going to say, yeah, to be honest with you, John, from what you've told me, I don't think having this call will actually help you in your business as much as we thought it would initially. I do apologize in the first place. What I'm going to do instead, John, is I'm actually going to send you a couple of resources. And like, when you get to this stage where you're making at least 5K per month with a business, what we'll do is we'll reach back out to you, or you can reach back out to us. And in the meantime, we're just going to support you with these free resources that we've used with 150 accountants to help them get to XYZ. Do you see what I'm saying? Is like that if they're unqualified, this is for you and your clients, right? For you, not as much, but for your clients specifically. They're unqualified, remove them from the calendar. I will give you a caveat to this though, Yunus Akhi. You do not unqualify somebody unless you are booking at least 5 calls per day. Or, this is the other thing, because why am I saying 5 calls per day? Because you're going to be fully booked. You're going to be doing what, like 5 hours of sales calls per day? You're fully booked. Or, and this is the other caveat, is that if your client only has 2 free slots per day, you want to make sure that those free slots are taken up by the best possible prospects. And so, yes, you would qualify them in that time. Make sense? Yep. %80. I'll ask you a quick question about the sharp rate. Did you apply that everything me and Mohammed told you to apply? Yep. If they don't answer, but the shop rate is still improved, then the thing has done its job. You see what I mean? Like at the end of the day, if you're within KPI in a business, a business system, let's say, or a business process, you just want to move on to something that you're not in KPI in. It's not the bottleneck of the business. And so let's say you did improve sharp rates by another 5, 10%. But not the same as if you improved your sales skills even more. Not more like you'd make less money than if you just fully booked yourself in the calendar and you had 5 sales calls per day. So always attack the highest leverage activity and forget the low leverage stuff, even if, and this is the issue that I deactivated my Instagram account and everything, not my business one, but I don't really use that one that often. That's why I'm never like posting stories or anything like that. But the point is, what I found, and this is something that's really dangerous in my opinion for business owners, is that most people will scroll on Instagram, watch a YouTube video, and somebody will go, if you are trying to hit 5K, 10K, 20K per month, whatever the thing is, right? If you're trying to hit this goal and you're not doing this, you're making a big mistake. And it'll be like the most random thing. It'll be like, I don't know, it'll be something along the lines of like, you're not strategically sending memes to your WhatsApp like contacts when they book a call with you. Like, if you're booking 5 sales calls a day, it's impossible for you to be poor. So just book more sales calls. Like sending a meme follow-up is not going to fix your business. You see what I'm saying? It's like on social media, they'll give you these really specific tactics that really don't matter for 99% of people. They just sound cool. And what happens is because you watch that video, you're like, oh, but I'm not doing that. Then you go and do that, but nothing changes in your business. So you think something is still missing. So when you scroll again and somebody goes, no, what's actually missing is that your profile picture is not good enough. And you're going to improve your profile picture and you realize nothing changed your business. They're like, oh, your bio is the issue, bro. And you're like, oh, my bio, of course it's my bio. And again, you're still not making money. Why? Because you're not booking sales calls. But always book more sales calls is what I'm telling you, Nasehi. Always book more sales calls. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you why it doesn't matter. There's 2 reasons. Number 1, most people are qualified. The person that's jumping on a call with them just isn't that good at sales a lot of the time. The second thing, and this is the most important perspective I want you to have, Nasehi, you'll have a list at the end of the day of, let's say you book them 100 meetings in total over 6 months of working together. Just as an example. That's not just 100 meetings, Echi. That's 100 people who said yes to their offer. That means if only 2% of them bought, they're one campaign away, whether it's email, calling, SMS, whatever, they're one campaign away from signing another 2% from that list. And then in 3 months' time, another 2% from that list. And so what you're actually generating to them is the best kind of leads, the leads that said yes. So I cannot stress enough, if somebody doesn't show up to the call, that's not wasted dollars that they gave you, or wasted pounds that they gave you. It's nothing wasted at all. Because what they got is somebody who said yes. And if you were to ask me, right, if somebody were to pitch me like a service or some kind of like with getting leads or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Somebody said, oh, I'll get you leads. I'm like, I don't really want leads, right? But if somebody told me, Fedi, I'd get you the name, the like email, the phone number of people who said yes to an offer that's exactly like yours, and they fit the exact criteria you were looking for, Like, this guy's not promising me booked meetings. He's not promising me clients. Just for the name, email, and phone number, I would pay a lot of money. And Dan Kennedy mentions this a lot. Because the more you end up paying for a lead, right? And this is in terms of advertising, the better. Why? Because you're getting yeses. You're getting people who buy, which is what you want. So it doesn't matter that you have expensive leads. It doesn't matter this guy paid you £100, £500, £200, whatever. It doesn't matter how much he's paid you. That money is not wasted because those people said yes. They're the best kind of people to have in your business. What do you mean sales adverse? Who isn't sales adverse? Yeah. Well, why does it matter if he agrees or not agrees? If you're the expert, he has to agree. You see what I mean? Like, they have to agree if you position it as something that is just true. And it is true in this case. And you have to position it. Remember what I told you. If you want to change somebody's belief, you don't change your belief with a fact, you change belief with a story. So tell them a story. Like, make up a story. It doesn't have to be a real story, by the way. Just make up a story about how, give them the example of like how this person had 100 people in the queue, right? And they all said yes to him yesterday when they wanted to buy his shawarma. This other shawarma stand has like 1,000 people in the queue, but none of them like shawarma. So who's going to make more money at the end of the day? The guy with 100 or 1,000? The guy with 100. Why? Because he got people who said yes. And that's what you'd explain. That's what I'm getting you. I'm getting people who said yes. These aren't random people off the street. Well, yeah, Habibi. Like I said to you, Yunus, I think this is something you'll prioritize after December. If I were you, I would just sign another client. I think you deserve to be making a lot more money. So I think if you sign another 2 clients, you know how to get to 10K anyway now. Inshallah. Inshallah. One sec, Habibi. I'm going to answer the ones in the chat and then I'll be with you. There's only one. Khizar akhi, I don't know what you mean by AI paid ads, to be honest with you. If you're going to be making a person with AI, I'm pretty sure that's haram. You cannot imitate the creation of Allah. And AI imitates the creation of Allah. So you can't do that. Which is why I don't use, like, I have a friend who runs a very successful agency. It makes like around 25K per month. And he has people, he basically like creates AI clones. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, can't be asked to lecture this guy about why that's haram. But I just told him, if I were you, I'd rethink your business, bro. Like, it's cool what you deliver, but if you just remove the AI cloning, you probably make a lot more money. Anyway. Allahu alam khizar akhi. Yeah, keep looking into it, Habibi. It could be very cool. Could be very, very interesting. Ilyas, very quickly, Habibi, I think Zakaria had his hand up earlier. So we'll check with Zakaria first. Yeah. And then I'll come to you, inshallah, Habibi. Zakaria, Habibi, what's up? Mm-hmm. All right, you're in a gap here. Mm-hmm. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Do you believe you'll succeed? No, but do you genuinely believe like that you will succeed? Do you have the full belief that you will succeed? Then why aren't you putting in the effort? Hmm? Right? Mm-hmm. Inshallah. Yeah, but like, what is that like? How does that affect? Because for me personally, for example, I have no doubt in being able to achieve my goal. Therefore, I never procrastinate because I'm going to achieve it. Why would I stop? Do you see what I mean? Like, I'm not going to stop until I get it. Because why? I believe I'm going to achieve it. Does that make sense? So I understand that you said to me that you do believe. I don't understand that you said you do believe that you will achieve your goal, but I don't think you do. I think you're happy to like get happy to, let's say, outreach to somebody. You're happy to like have a conversation maybe, but I don't think you believe that you're like. Have you made money in the last 3 weeks? Oh, it's quite soon actually, 3 weeks. But have you made money when you started? Oh, sorry, 3 months. You said.
Yeah, like 2 months, almost 3 months. But I would say I do believe it, because if I didn't believe it, I would say I would quit a long time ago, if that makes sense. But it's just like, I don't know what it is. I know it's like Shaitan sometimes trying to destroy your mind, and you shouldn't really what's it called, let your reality, kind of doubt you, if that makes sense. You shouldn't believe in that. You should believe in your goals and dreams and make sure you can do anything to get that in halal way. But it's like, how do you like this? I know this is a bit of a weird advice, if that makes sense. But I know there's a lot of people that go through procrastination and
The only
doubts.
reason, like I said, the only reason people procrastinate is because of fear. There is no other reason. Psychologically, procrastination is because of fear. You fear something. And most people fear that their goal won't be achieved. That's why I was asking you that question. If you don't fear that your goal won't be achieved, cool. You still fear something. Shaitan has one tool and one tool only. It's fear. That's it. When he attacks you from the left, the right, the front, the back, it's always a tool of fear. All of them are always a tool of fear. Whether it's complacency, whether it's ego, whether it's making you not move forward towards the mercy of Allah, whether it's bringing you back to old sin, all of it is rooted in fear. And so there's something you're afraid of. There's something you believe that won't happen or will happen when you get your goal. Otherwise, like I said, you wouldn't procrastinate. Like procrastination is just a consequence of fear. There's nothing else to it, really.
Yes, I heard you talk about cold calling a couple minutes ago. Do you think we should stop cold emailing also around the Christmas time and New Year's time?
If you're messaging brands, by the way, did I help you understand your other problem, Echi?
Yeah, but
Okay.
Also with the procrastination or the fear thing, I think I have a fear not achieving my goal in a certain time, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
That's probably the thing, because I have this dream where, like, in 6 months I need this, in 3 months I need this. You know what I mean?
Makes sense, Habibi. I'll give you one quick advice on that, very, very quickly. Allah's timing will always be perfect. And so
100%.
something, for example, Syed and Yunus know very well, is that I never set a time goal. Never. I never go, I will achieve this by this time. I always go, I want to achieve this goal. I'm going to work incredibly hard to make that goal familiar to my subconscious mind so that it works towards it effortlessly. And that's it. I never ever say I'm going to achieve this goal by this time. Why? Because if I have a bit of doubt, all of a sudden there's pressure on that doubt. Because now I wasted a day. Now I wasted another day. And now I'm 2 days behind where I wanted to be. And if 3 months, 6 months, a year passes by and I don't achieve my goal, I get disappointed. My dopamine crashes. And guess what happens then? I get motivated. I set a new goal, but the same thing like happens again and again and again. So I never set a time goal, ever. Because I know that if Allah wants me to achieve the goal tomorrow, I'll achieve the goal tomorrow. If He wants me to achieve it in a year, I'll achieve it in a year. Regardless of when I achieve it, I'm going to be doing what is necessary for me to get the goal. And that's the way I always apply that kind of idea, if you will. Never set a time goal, Habibi Zakaria. Always, always, always place the goal in your heart and just accept that Allah will give it to you when you are ready to receive that goal. And in the meantime, do everything you can to get it.
Inshallah, I will do.
Inshallah. And yes, stop cold emailing during Christmas. Because if you're messaging brands, especially, if you're messaging creators, to be honest with you, I can still message creators.
It's just the brands at the moment. So you think I should stop like next week, or
stop on the week of Christmas? So starting the 21st. So starting the 21st, I would stop for 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, plan your year, set goals. And if you can, save up to join Ayoub's program, right?
Yeah.
Because that way it's just going to help you make more money with IMA. It's better to have a mentor help you than to do it for absolutely nothing or for free.
Yeah.
Makes sense, Habibi? Perfect, Zakaria. Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
All right, Ilyas Akhi, let's hear your question, Habibi. And then I'll answer the couple questions that are on YouTube. And then I'll end the call, inshallah. Ilyas, Habibi. All right, while we wait for Ilyas. What's up, Muhammad Habibi? Muhammad. Am I tweaking? Am I tripping balls? Or is everybody still muted? Oh, okay, alhamdulillah. I was going to say, I was like, there's no way this has happened like 3 times. Alex Habibi, what's up?
Assalamu alaikum. Honestly, love the advice that you're giving, subhanAllah. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you very well, Habibi. There's 3 of you, but I can hear 1 of you, which is good.
Yeah, no worries, inshallah. So, apologies for the time. I just came from a tennis lesson. But, dude, I saw your application for a closer. Are you still looking for a closer, inshallah?
A closer? No, we've completely hired me and Muhammad.
Okay, subhanAllah. I actually had a call with your closer. He's from Italy. He's been working for you guys for a year. Alhamdulillah, I had an amazing call with him. So, just props to him.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Abdurrahman, we call him the tiger. Abdu.
Yeah, subhanAllah.
Abdul Nimr. Alhamdulillah. All right, try again, Muhammad. See if your mic is set up.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
All right, perfect. How you doing, Fedi?
Alhamdulillah, you can't complain. What about yourself?
Alhamdulillah, all good.
Alhamdulillah.
So I was working on, I've recently been trying to learn a bit on Go High Level and looking at the different features for a couple like small business ideas that I was working on. But then I thought, I could probably maybe start an agency. So my question is helping different businesses with their marketing.
Right.
I know it's probably much better to go for kind of high ticket price while...
It's cut off, by the way, Muhammad Akhi. Wait for him to come back.
Sorry, did I mute then?
Yeah, you muted yourself. So you said
Sorry.
charging high ticket prices while, and then you can cut off.
Yeah, while still, would it be wrong to then do both as in high ticket for bigger businesses while also offering no customization options or low customization options for smaller businesses as I'm still getting started?
What's your goal?
Good question. Probably 5K a month initially, at least.
Okay. What's the problem that you're currently dealing with?
Probably, I mean, I've only just gotten started, but I'm just looking around me for businesses locally, and I'm wondering who would benefit from the service. And I'm thinking that a lot of the time it's the local businesses that struggle more with marketing solutions such as a website or web chat or answering calls or booking automations, that kind of thing. So,
okay. So if you were, let's say you're sat down with your friends, you guys are in a restaurant, you've just enjoyed a delicious meal. When you look outside in front of you, outside the restaurant, there's people walking past. Instead of sitting down with your friends and going, oh, I reckon that guy wants a shawarma, or oh, I reckon that guy wants a kufta, or I reckon this guy wants couscous. The best way to understand what somebody wants is just to ask them. And so if I were you, the best way you're going to get clarity on your offer, Muhammad, the best way you're going to get clarity on what you're selling, in fact, pricing aside, just the best way you're going to get clarity on who you want to work with and how you're going to be talking to them is go and talk to them. Speak to the local businesses around you. ask them like 2 questions is usually the ones I tell people to ask. Just 2. Say, you might say something along the lines of, hey, I'm currently just, starting my own business. I actually want to work with local businesses to help them do X, Y, Z. Don't worry, I'm not here to pitch you anything this call. I generally just have 2 questions. That would be really cool if you answered them for me, right? Like they'll say yes, they'll say no. There'll be a mix of people, right? Point is, for the ones that say yes, you ask them 2 questions. Currently, in your business, what is taking up a lot of your time, right, that you assume that if you got rid of would help you make more money, let's say. Or you might ask a question of what is currently like giving you the most headaches and taking up most of your time. They might tell you something. So that's the first question. Something that takes time and something that takes like mental space, basically. The second question is, what's currently holding you back from taking on more jobs or taking on more clients or taking on more customers? Oh, you're like, I need to hire a receptionist. Okay, cool, receptionist. Oh yeah, like I don't know anything to do with marketing. Okay, they don't know to do anything with marketing. Like you'll get loads of different answers, and then you have, let's say, I'm going to say 10 answers, usually what you aim for. You've got 10 answers, Mohammed, and you're like, cool. 8 of them had something to do with like saving themselves time because they're at the desk, they're being a receptionist, so they have to hire one, blah, 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 blah. Cool, let me see if I can make an AI receptionist for them. Then you got 2 other ones that were talking about like they want to run ads, and you're like, not enough people said that. So let me focus on those 8 people. Let me create something for them. Let me go and pitch it to them. And the cool thing about this, Mohammed, is it's a one-time setup thing, like you said earlier, right? It's not going to be super customized. It's a one-time setup thing. You can either charge monthly or you can charge setup fee plus monthly. Again, pricing isn't the main concern at the moment. If I were you, I'd go ask people what they want. If you want to make 10K per month, and I know, Mohammed, your goal is 5K per month, the main thing that will stop you from making 5K, 10K per month, those like initial amounts of money, is generally just product market fit. Does your product seem desirable to the marketplace? That's it. If you have a product that's desirable to the marketplace, you'll make 10K per month. Yeah, you'll have to outreach, you have to take sales calls, you have to improve. But my point is that you will be able to make 10K per month. That's it. Once you make 10K per month, you want to get to 100K per month. The main thing will be traffic, getting as many people to know that you exist and to want to buy from you. Then once you're 100K per month and you want to make to like, say around maybe 300K per month or so, then you have to build a team, you have to build infrastructure for your business. But to make your first 5K per month, I promise you, you'll just need to understand what these guys want and just give it to them. And that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Just like a lot of it.
وإياك يا معلم. Yes, أخي, are you back? What's up, Alex Habibi?
السلام عليكم مرة أخرى.
وعليكم السلام.
هل تتكلم باللغة العربية؟ By any
صح.
chance? Oh, subhanallah. Okay. That's just a side question. I see that it's recorded. Is it possible to access this recording anywhere?
Yeah, inshallah. I'll be placing it on the school community.
Inshallah. Shukran, ya habibi.
وإياك يا معلم. All right, I'm going to answer the questions on YouTube, then I'll end the call, inshallah. Oops, no, I don't want to cancel that. Assalamu alaikum, akhi Fedi. Let me stop. Let me end. Oh, no, not end the stream. Let me stop sharing my screen. Let me go to school and then share my screen on the YouTube thing so I can show you guys. Look at this one. We've got 3 viewers. Let's go! I'm flipping famous. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam, academic explorer. Someone who's a student of a high school, got on a decent skill set and is from India, yet lacking the bare minimum tools, need to get started. You have a mouth, you have feet, though you don't lack the bare minimum tools. If you can't go online, let's say you don't have a very good phone or you don't have a very good laptop, which I think you probably have a decent phone, so you can outreach to people. You have legs, you have a mouth, you can communicate with people, you can walk up to people. So it's just a matter of fear. You're probably too uncomfortable to reach out to people in person. You're probably too uncomfortable to speak to them and try and understand them in person and try and talk to them in person with your local businesses. And if you're too uncomfortable with that, and let's say you just don't want to work with people in your local area because everybody knows each other, whatever it would be, then do it online. Like you probably have a phone. You can do it with just your phone. Let's see. What's your opinion on the ethics of AI cold outreach? I have an AI development agency and have been doing word of mouth, and I'm just starting getting into the sales marketing game. I don't know, Ahmed. I'm not, I don't do fatwas. I got no clue. I personally can't answer the question with full conviction, so I don't want to answer it at all. I just don't know why you'd want to use AI. Just less effective than a human being, to be honest with you. Plus, people really hate AI when it comes to outreach, by the way. Like, really hate AI. But I personally wouldn't use AI when it comes to outreach. Like, they hate AI when it comes to having a conversation with them on the phone. That's what I'm thinking. I'm talking about specifically cold calling. And they don't like AI if like, let's say you ask a question and then it's clearly an AI response and it just doesn't really understand what you're saying. So, all right, Juan. Inshallah, I'll let you go. We'll make the dua before we go, but I'll answer Zakaria's question. Yes, Habibi, inshallah, he'll be every week. It won't be on Fridays, it'll be on Sundays. I decided to do it on Friday today just because I've got a marathon, inshallah, on Sunday. I won't be able to join, obviously. But inshallah, khair. All right, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Inshallah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care of yourselves. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, another casual marathon, Sayyid Akhi. Another cash. Take care of yourselves, Juan. All right, jazakallah khair for watching on YouTube. If you want to like have me answer your questions quickly and everything, what you just saw was the school community. So feel free to join us at the top link in the description. I'll be hopefully hosting a call once a week, inshallah. And yeah, take care of yourself. Jazakallah khair for watching as well. Appreciate it very, very much. Ahmed Habibi, hopefully I've answered your question. And everybody else, hopefully I've answered it as well. Take care, Juan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.